Good afternoon. This was a wonderful Homa, the best you can have done. Next to Chanti Homa, any other Homas are next. How it happened, I'll give you background so you know why we did it. Mother came and said, the world is going through major crisis. Invoke me as Shoolinidurga. I'll protect the world because this is going to get worse. This is the beginning. You may not know all the intricacies of COVID. It can get worse, it will change, it will mutate, vaccine won't work. Again, the whole cycle would start again. Already symptoms are starting. It is starting to change the nature. If it changes the nature, the vaccine would stop functioning. They are all working very hard to get a vaccine. By the time we are ready, it may not be functional because it will mutate. I knew that. It's already showing signs of it. So she said, you do invoke me because this is just one of many I predicted. She has been telling me for the past 20 years. World is going to go through major crisis in the first 25 years of this century. It started with the World Center attack. Now this COVID crisis. This has changed life. You are not affected that much, but people who are affected, the life is changed completely. It is not like it was before. All over India, wherever. And if it mutates and rises again, which would happen, it's already showing signs of mutation. So she said to invoke me as Shoolinidurga. Shoolinidurga is a very special form. Durga, as you know, is a very powerful, intense aspect of mother. When Mahishasura could not be conquered, she came to conquer him. That's why she is Mahishasura Mardini. And sometime Chandika Devi and Mahakali all come with her. So in Markandeya Purana, you know all the chapter 13 of Chandikeshwari. But this is for Durga. Shoolinidurga is the Agni aspect. There are 5 Agnis, Pancha Agni. They're very powerful. Each one is more powerful. They're very ritualistic Agnis. Very few know about the Gautama Maharishi knew. And it is not well known. So Pancha Agni intensifies Durga's effect. Durga by itself is a very intense energy, most powerful deity to slay asuras. That is her purpose. So Shoolinidurga. So I said fine. Then she gave certain information about Shoolinidurga. So we decided we will do it here because today is Rishi Panchami. You know Rishi Panchami, very auspicious day. Today, all the rishis will grace you because it's an important day for them, Rishi Panchami. On this day, we didn't plan today. It just happens. Our mother always makes sure we get the most, the best of everything. So she decided on today, and this happens to be Rishi Panchami, and we invoked many rishis. If you're listening, you will see. The rishis are very active. The most active rishi would be Agastya Bhagavan and Lopamutra. They're very active. They give us lots of information, what to do, how to do, when to do. So this is a very dynamic place. Everything we do is her doing. We just do what she tells us. Many things we cannot, like I was in Himalayas 5 months ago. Where to go, where to sit, where to meditate, where that Maharishi meditated 10,000 years ago. How would anyone know? Nobody would know. There's no temple there. It's the wilderness. But this Rishi meditated and he wanted that energy in our temple. So she would point out. So when I walk the approximate place I know is close to Badrinath, Kedarnath, in that area. So when I go there and I go to the mountain, then she would point out, this is the place. You sit, is in Jiva Samadhi. So when you go there, you know the energy is so intense. Someone is still alive there. The Atma is eternal. They have done so much. So the energy didn't dissipate. It is still there. 10,000 years ago, he meditated. And then I meditated, and then I'll go down to Ganges and say the mantra. She says, I'm telling you all that because this is you doing it. I am going, it's a Pratiniti Yatra. So you have to know, who did you send? What did you want from him? You don't even know. Most of you don't even know. So I want you to know. She wanted you to have that energy. So I went and did it. And this, it's as if you did it. Because you may never be able to go there and find the place and do it. Because she has to tell. Humans cannot do that. And that may not happen. So she said, you represent my devotee. So it's a Pratiniti Yatra. And this time, it was for Mahamai. That temple I visited, very difficult. I thought I'm going to die because it's top of the mountain I don't know how. It was not built in this yuga. It was built in Treta Yuga. How do I know that? Because Agastya Bhagavan was there. There's a city there called Agastya Muni, the name of the city. Agastya Muni, there are about 100,000 people in that city. Very few know that. And the temple they built is all destroyed, but they still kept that place approximately. So I went there and meditated on him, and he had to find this place. Chandravadana Devi, that's what they call her. They don't call her Mahamayi. This was Mahamayi. And that's not a wrong name, because Chandra is mind, and Mahamayi gives you anything information comes, it comes to your mind. Mind is a receiving center. Without mind, you won't know anything. You're a dead person. So Chandravadana, they called it. Devi Chandravadana, that was Mahamayi. And that deity there, that was her. So we will make it very nice. By Navaratri, we'll make it very nice looking. So she'll have a nice place. Not a shed like she has now, because we didn't get the permits, so we couldn't do it. Now we will do them. But she is there, wonderfully manifest. And we'll go there and pray to her before we finish it. So that is Shoolinidurga. That energy of Panja Agni present, you can imagine how powerful she would be. So Mother said, you invoke her for the world. So this we did for the world. We are Pratiniti. You're all Pratiniti. Just like I'm Pratiniti sometime for a... No, it's okay. You're all Pratiniti, and that privilege she gave us. Whoever is here, you were given the right to represent the world. This is for the world, because this is the effect of this is throughout the world. People throughout the world suffering, and they will suffer more. So she said, I'll protect the world. So when I was meditating inside, I could visualize the universe and see how minuscule the earth is. Small dot. So many galaxies, billions of galaxies and billions of solar system, billions and billions of sun. And our solar system is really small, not a big one. Earth is a planet, not even a sun. So I was visualizing it, but in this place, she has given us so much wisdom, so much knowledge to sit here and comprehend the universe. At least 300,000 years after creation, what happened we know. What we know is physical universe, not the cosmic universe, not the spiritual universe. That is different than physical universe. All the knowledge we know about universe is physical, because they have very good gadgets, they can see. First 300 years, no one knows. It's a cosmic soup, nobody could see. Light did not escape, and light did not escape, you can't see any. So, but after 300,000 years, light came on, atoms are formed, so we know what happened. Remember, just the physical universe, which is the least significant. What's most significant? The spiritual part of us. Because that's the stage for us to operate. That's the Madison Square Garden, and we are the actors and actresses. Without us, Madison Square Garden would be nothing. There has to be function. We are the one, which is most important. He said, you invoke me as Shoolinidurga, the mantra she gave, and invite our devotees, let them be the Pratiniti for the earthlings, and I would protect the earthlings. So it would not get worse. Anything afterward comes, I'll protect them. So Shoolinidurga would be active on earth. So, no point telling people it's going to mutate, it's cause catastrophe. You've got to give them hope. Without giving hope, no point diagnosing. As a physician, I hate to diagnose something I can't do anything about. But luckily for me, I have the grace. Most all the patients I have, there's the end point, they are happy. But many of them, like oncologists, they're going to die. I don't have that misfortune. She has given me that blessing, so I don't have patients who are going to die. They'll survive, they'll enjoy. That's a blessing. It's a grace. Not that I'm smart, not that I'm a good doctor. Hopefully I'm a good doctor, but I'm average. So this energy today, we invoke, we honor, we receive. So you have to think of Shoolinidurga in this term. Durga Devi came, mother wanted her, as her aspect. She is Mahamayi too. But that aspect she wanted because the world is going through major crisis. Not just this, many other crises. I can even see what is going to happen. Nothing to do with COVID. And all this are terrible, very scary. It's better you don't know. Because without knowing, you'll pass just like many of us. We go through COVID. We don't even know we have COVID. Just have a little tiredness for a few days. It came and left. We know that. Many of the patients, we do antibody tests, they have been exposed. Almost 70% of us, 70%, very likely you and I will be exposed before the end of the year. Don't get scared because you may not even know it. It's a very quiet, asymptomatic infection, but 70% of us would have antibody. Is it good? Maybe it's good because it gives some protection, but you don't even know. You walked right through, couple of days, maybe you felt a little tired. Many times we do. Most of us do feel tired sometime, and it will go away. 90% is like that. 10% is a problem that manifests fever, multiple organ failure, and death in about 3-4% is deadly. In that percentage, we don't know who. There's no. It's elder people are more susceptible. It's attacking youngsters, 30s, 10, 8. So it doesn't choose. But elderly people over 70 is more vulnerable, which you would expect any disease because they have basically other problems, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular, peripheral atherosclerosis, all this they have, so naturally they're vulnerable. So she would protect us. This would subside. Hopefully by the end of this year or beginning of next year, we'll have a vaccine which will be functional, means that mutation has to be stopped. How do you stop the mutation? You tell the virus, be nice to her, don't mutate. If you can do them, that'll be great. No. And somebody was telling me, won't they incur bad karma? That person asking me, would that virus incur bad karma? I said, no. He's doing his best. It's very smart. It reasons out. It goes to one organ, then it moves on to other. It goes to every organ. Brain, heart, kidney, liver, every organ. Very desperately, it wants to survive. That is a karma. That's a destiny. So I told him, no, it would not incur any bad karma. It's doing the job. If you don't take care of ourselves, that may be a bad karma, but that is a form of life. The job is to kill. That's why I tell asuras, I don't hate them. I don't want them with me, but I don't dislike them because they are the sons of her. They're also the sons of Aditi and Diti. Both are Mahamai's aspect, which came. So each one is given a job and they do the best they can. And without asuras, there are no devas. Can you imagine living in a place there are no angelical beings? There won't be love, there won't be affection, there won't be nice emotion. There are the devas. All the emotions are devas. Good emotion, bad emotions are asuras. So without asura, there are no devas. So everything created is needed. You cannot even find fault. You can't say asuras, you are bad. No. That is the job, they do the job to the best of their ability. Sometimes they become your servants. I have seen that and it is possible. The example is Kartikeya. Look, all his asuras he killed, they became his vehicle. That's a fundamental concept. Mother wants us to do that. Can you imagine making the asuras work for you? It can happen if you have her grace. And I have seen that it can happen. The asuras who attack you themselves become softer because they realize mother is the same mother, both devas and asuras. They fight because that's the nature of them. So if you see a snake, if you go, it'll bite. You can't say it's a bad snake. That is the nature. Swabhava is the word. It's the nature of that animal. It does it. Essentially, our Hinduism probably the only religion. It's not a religion, but if you call it a religion, it's perfect because there is no justice. There is no judgment. In Hinduism, there is no judgment. They talk about heaven and hell, sin and nothing. Actually, fundamentally, if you go, there is no judgment. Mother told me, I have given you eternal life. You will live long time. She's talking about thousands and thousands of years. So you have enough time to come to me. Do it well. Take your time. Do everything should be needed. All the Shastras tell us this. And then you'll come to me. Don't rush. There's no need to rush. Krishna told Arjuna, you had almost 1,840,000 lifetimes. That many times I have known you. Krishna telling Arjuna, you don't know any one of them. Now you're questioning me when I tell you to fight. And then he gives Bhagavad Gita. Why? What's the reason? What's right? What's wrong? So in our tradition, there is no judgment. There's nothing like a bad or good. But they have karmic consequences. You do bad act, you have to pay for that. If you're willing to do that, yes. But who wants to pay that? Because what you're going to pay for that act is multiplied. If you wait for, say, 10 more birds, it multiplies 10 more times. It's better to get it out this time or next time. So reach Mother. There you go to higher level of consciousness. All the beings in our temple, the Yakshinis, Mohinis with the higher conscious being, they're all like us. There's no Panjabhuta. It's pure spirits. And that the higher form of living, higher consciousness. We will go there. You will go there. When? I may take next time, or yours may take 1,000 years, or you may go next time, I may take 1,000 years. But we will reach her. That's our destiny. To that end, she has built a beautiful temple, and she's going to give us a most magnificent temple. You've seen the model, but model doesn't do justice. It will be the most magnificent temple on earth, because the way, it's not the Sannidhanam, it's not the names of the deities, it's who they are, how she designed that. That's perfect. 24 Sannidhanam we'll have. How she designed each one of them. It's mind-boggling. I know who is going to be there because I'm going to prepare the Sannidhanams. But humans can never think that way. Obviously, because we are humans. But she's planned it. Why? Because we are blessed. You are blessed. You're going to be here to see that, I hope. And you'll see the magnificence and the planning and the kindness and the beauty and the planning. And for her to do that to us, how much love she will have for us. And how special we are to deserve that. We are special. Otherwise, we won't be here. There are 7 billion people on earth. How many really know the self? At least we are given a chance to know ourselves, meaning Atman. Not my mind, not my body, not my sheath, not the other koshas. Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha. Covers everything, but not Atman. That is the final stage. That is a part of her. That's the only piece of her which exists in us. And we come without knowing that. I identify with my name and my job, my parents. But that's a temporary identification. But I need it. I have to use it. So Mother tells me, don't call it illusion. It's not illusion, it's not delusion. Know it, act. Act your part. It is an act. But act and get Oscar when you go back. That should be, and don't say, I don't want to act. We have to act. We have to assume it. Play your part well, best, nicely, kindly, in all the angelical emotions. Get that. And she will give it to you. Because she, by nature, is that. But she also supports the asuras. She created them. Reason is, without asura, there are no angels. Without that, there is no purpose for us to be here. The drama there's no need for this drama. We need it. So there are demons, there are angels. We are the stage they play in us. And we have a choice. Either choose demon as my part or asura. Basically, we have asuric nature. That's why yesterday, Ganesha was the most important. That's why we always invoke. Yesterday was his day. We had a wonderful Ganesha Chaturthi. Chaturthi over now. And he gives you wisdom to tell you who you are. The ignorance, the primal ignorance, the minute I'm born, I got that. How do you overcome that? Something is there to begin with. But we do. If she has the grace of Mother, she will choose us. She will choose us to be in a place where she will manifest and she will build things. She will make things happen so you will know the reality. And once you know the reality, you become higher conscious being. Then you're ready to go next level. When you go to the next level, which will be Devaloka, you won't be a foreigner. They already know you because you are trying to be that. So they're familiar with you. So when you come here, think of all that. There are many Yakshinis, many Mohinis, Vidyadharas, Gandharvas. All of them are higher conscious beings. You can't see them because of high vibratory energy. You cannot see that. You can only feel them. If you see them, that's the third eye. And Ganesha gives you the wisdom, beginning itself. So today is Rishi Panchami. Think of all the Maharishi, particularly Agastya Maharishi, because he does a lot. Lobamatra is a great Maharishi on her own right. How she was born, I won't tell you. We don't have the time. So think of all that. Think of Shoolinidurga and think of the kindness and think of how special you are to be invited to listen to this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you because I don't have the time to discuss all that. Only when I have a chance like this, I discuss, because you have to know everything is mind awareness. Otherwise, nothing you can perceive. Every day we die. For 6 hours, 8 hours, we are dead. You don't know anything what happens during the time. Dreamless sleep, not the regular sleep. Your dreamless sleep, you are dead. Organs work, but you don't even know where you are, what you did. That is like death. So you go through that every day, but you don't even realize there is something else in you who is a witness. He's a witness. He's a karta. But he doesn't do himself. Organs are there, but he's a karta, he's a witness, and you witness it. So when you wake up, but you don't remember that what happened 6 hours, you don't remember. Unless you have a dream. That's why I use the term dreamless sleep. Dreamless sleep is like death. So if you want to know how the death feels, that's way the death feels. So you're very happy and say, I had a very good sleep. You're telling me I had a very good death. So don't be afraid of death. That's what you would be. But it's not that simple. So today we had the wonderful vibration. Now I was telling why you can't see them. They're very high vibratory energies, Yakshinis. Yakshinis themselves are 1,000,000 times higher vibratory than we. You cannot see them. You can feel them, but you can't see them. Many of you whose Kundalini is awakened, you have talked to them. They have talked to you. Many of you don't even know you have been talked to. You think it's your intuition or your imagination. No, in this temple, it's real. So listen to them and take it seriously. You do have experience. These are all experiences, not imagination, because of Divine Mother. And the fact you are here means I don't want to say superior being, but we are. You're older souls. You've lived long enough. You're earned your right to be with her and to deserve her kindness. That's a fact. Nothing to do with me. All to do with her and with you in that soul form, not in the physical form. You would have lived many, many times like Arjuna was almost 1,000,000 times before that story happened. But you won't remember. That's why you were telling almost 840 times you lived, you don't remember. I know you. So all this philosophical thought process wakes you up. Because otherwise we are deep asleep. And we are very dense beings. Can you imagine the youngest Yakshini, or lowest, I don't want to say young or low, closest one, would be 1,000,000 times higher vibration than us. You got to reach that. And you will reach it if you follow. She has given you the chance. She has given you opportunities to do the Yoma. She has given you the opportunity to know who you are. You may not have known yet, but you know who you are going to be, not this physical body. But she says, enjoy that physical body. Bhoga moksha. You won't see it in many shastras. That word is not enemical. It's oxymoronic. Moksha and bhoga don't go together. Spirituality and bhoga don't go together. But he said, yes, the ananda is actually bhoga. Satchit ananda. That stage, it can be a bhoga. It's up to you how you use it. But most humans abuse it and misunderstand it. So the nigama, mother taught Shiva, Shiva taught her agama, mother taught him nigama. The nigama is the other side. And most people do not know, and you don't even follow the nigamic tradition. Even priests don't use it. Because people abuse it, they misunderstand it, so why tell them? So I don't even discuss that part. But that is one path. And here, the Yakshinis are in that path, and they give you all the tradition. Today is Rishi Panchami, so think of all the Rishis, Maharishis, wonderful souls. They are wonderful beings. There are 10,000 of them, Maharishis. And probably about 100,000 of them women. Lobamutra is a wonderful, Vak, Ambrini, Surya, they're wonderful Rishis. They're women. They're 10,000 total. That many approximately of Rishis we have had. So our tradition is very rich. Most of them you don't know. But no Agastya, no Vishwamitra, no the Rishis who are out there. Today is their day. Think of them, how kind, how sweet they are to find mysteries and leave it for us to learn and to grow. That's the kindest act, and they did it. And many of the Rishis he invoked today. And tomorrow is Rajagopuram anniversary. You see the Rajagopuram. Most of them you don't even know. There's 530 of them, deities. I won't be able to talk about all of them. I'll talk about the few and the concept. Then you would connect to them, or they will connect to you. But you have to know Like when you go to shopping mall, if I know I'm going to see Dilip, I'll be looking. Most likely I'll find him. If I don't know he's going to be there, I won't even think of him. I would not find him. We are like that. So we think and then look and you'll find it. And she has given a magnificent temple, and it's going to be the most magnificent. You saw there, model. As I said, that doesn't do justice. Once it's completed, if we can do them, I think we will. It will take about 1.5 to participate. This is the most important thing. Because when I say you will get all the information, you got to give something. You got to become part of them. To do that, you got to do a yagna, a sacrifice. Anything, whatever you can, participate. Put your imprint on the new temple. Whatever it is, $10, $20, 100,000, whatever you can. But remember, that's the most precious thing you'll carry. It's the best investment you can make. Rest of it is going to go away. Steve Jobs died. He left $20 billion worth of Apple stock. There's no connection. It's gone forever. No, you want to make a good investment, which you can carry. That would be something like this, an auspicious act through which many of them benefit, and you're part of it. So be part of this temple. Any way you can, any amount you can afford. She doesn't want you to strain. I never ask people money because they ask me, why don't you go there, and they want to give it to you. I said, I won't ask because I know it does put strain on them. Whatever it is, $100, $1,000, $100,000, depending on the ability, it is a strain. So I'm a hypocritical person. So I never ask, which is wrong. That would be my karma. This life, that would be one thing I'll be penalized. I don't know how to overcome that because anytime I come and ask you, give money, that's a strain on you and I feel bad. That's the only reason I don't ask. But she says, no, you have to do what you can, what is best for them. You're not doing for you. You don't need them. We will do it. We did it. We spent so far, whether you know it or not, $12 million from the beginning. I was shocked. I did not think it was that. I thought maybe 5. But I know the Rajagopram alone, we spent $4 million. But I did not know it was that much. We spent that much. So we spend that. We'll spend it. So, I won't come and ask you. But you be smart. Put your imprint on this temple. You have to be part of this temple. What is better than just either you sponsor a deity or give $100 or clean something. Take something. Look at all these people. They spend so much time. Yesterday they're all here. This is all sacrifice. It is not, they may not give money, but they do. He gave close to 100,000. That's why he became a director. He's a board of director in the temple. You got to give that much. Most of us can have. But some people, they work hard and they are very sacrificial. Money is not. It's how much of you have given to mother. That's the question. How do you judge that? You can judge it monetarily. You can judge it with the help you give. Judge it what you have done to help the temple. You can judge it anyway. Or simply just help other devotees. That's the best thing. What she has given me, the best thing is to be able to talk to you and share my blessing. That's the best gift to me, personally. Otherwise, I won't be talking to you. There's no purpose, there's no reason, and there won't be any contact. But here, I'm obligated to tell you what the thing. In that process, we get connected. It's really a very stupid statement when I say we get connected. We are connected. We all came from one. We are the closest relatives you can think of. We all came from one force, one energy, Mahamayi, Tatripura, Sundari, Parashakti, whatever you want to call it. We all came from that. So you're very deeply related. But the mind, intellect, ego would separate us. That's what has done that. But she, with the kindness, brings you back, and you're starting to understand that fellow is very close to he's a very close relative of mine. How much closer anybody can get than that? Your son, your daughter, your husband can't get that close. Only piece of hers can get closer than that. That is Atman. And we are all related. Thank you.